The Cleveland Cavaliers are the hottest team in the NBA right now, and it's not a debate. Don't believe me? Well, since the new year, they've only lost 2 games and boast the best win percentage in the league during that stretch. This was done without the services of Darius Garland and Evan Mobley for most of the year. But now they're back, and the Cavs will continue their winning ways, riding a 6-game win streak. So what's the secret to their success? Let's start with Donovan Mitchell, who has absolutely carried this offense in their absence. In the last 20 games, Mitchell is averaging 29 points and 7.5 assists on 62% true shooting. His passing is absolutely incredible. Let's play a game. Guess where this pass is going. If you guess the opposite corner, you'd be correct. Mitchell fits this pass in perfectly past the hands of multiple defenders, and it lands right in Dean Wade's shooting pocket. Cash. These are the type of plays that are reserved for some of the best passers in the game, something Mitchell has shown flashes of since taking on a larger offensive load. It's almost impossible to watch a Cavaliers game this season and not be impressed by at least one Donovan Mitchell pass. I mean, just look at this one again. He wraps this pass around the waist of the help defender. What in the world?
No!
Mitchell has received his fair share of double teams during this stretch and has shown the ability to make this skip pass to the opposite corner. This is off an inbounds pass. Mitchell sees that Jrue Holiday has his back turned to the play, so he makes eye contact with Garland, which is all he needs, and he slips the pass through. These anticipatory reads are reserved for some of the best passers in the game as well, and Mitchell has shown the ability to do exactly that. Watch how he throws this pass just out of the reach of Sochan and before Strus has even made his cut. Just brilliant. On some of these plays, it's his ball handling that even makes it possible. Mitchell has seen his fair share of traps and double teams with Garland out of the lineup, so for him to be able to put pressure on the rim and play make out of these situations is even more impressive. Jaime Jaquez shows on the pick and roll, so Mitchell spins back middle, which forces the defense to collapse, and you know the drill. And how often do you see someone even think about spinning back middle knowing that Jimmy Butler is that help nail defender? In the same game, Mitchell rejects the screen this time, then he splits the double team before finishing a tough layup over Jimmy. He's shown the ability to split this double team and score over taller defenders on numerous occasions this season. It's almost impossible to keep Mitchell out of the paint when he gets downhill, so for most teams, the best option honestly is to double team. Now I will say, rejecting the screen has gotten him in some trouble during the season as he has a habit of doing this, but his crossover is so quick that it usually pays off. Now, it'd be remiss of me not to mention the defensive side of the ball, as the Cavs have been the #1 defense since the new year. We'll get to Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley in a second, but to stay on Mitchell, I don't know if people really understand how good he's been defensively this year. I think this has been pretty clearly Mitchell's best defensive season. He's been exceptional in the passing lanes, anticipating cuts that happen right in front of him. And even though he isn't really a shot blocker, Mitchell will get his fair share of deflections on plays like this often. Take this play here. Mitchell recognizes Jeremy Sochan is slipping this screen, so he rotates over before the pass is even delivered, and he blocks his shot at the rim. Part of being a good off-ball defender is being able to process what is happening around you. Mitchell notices LeVert is beat on this fake handoff action, so he slides over and is able to block Cedi Osman's shot. Of course, his on-ball defense has been impressive too, and he's shown the ability to stay in front of smaller guards that try and pick on him. Did you know that among guards that have played at least 40 games this season, Donovan Mitchell ranks 10th in defensive EPM? But it's his partner in crime, Jarrett Allen, who has really anchored the defense for this team. Jarrett Allen was on my All-Star ballot this year, and he's been having a DPOY level season. Allen is holding players to 8 percentage points under their expected average within 6 feet of the rim, reinforcing the idea that he's one of the league's best rim protectors. His teammate Evan Mobley ranks first, and we'll get to him in a second. Allen's pick and roll defense this season has been a thing of beauty. Here, he switches on to Cam Thomas, stays in front of him, and blocks his shot at the rim. Don't even think about trying him in transition, as he'll switch on to Justin Holiday like he does here, and deflects Jokic's entry pass in transition. His game against the Brooklyn Nets is Exhibit A for his D-boy case. He switches on to Mikal Bridges on this DHO action, and forces him into a contested fadeaway. Later on in the game, he switches onto him again and challenges his dunk at the rim. Jarrett Allen has a whole highlight tape of just spectacular blocks, whether on superstars or guards that are feeling ambitious and think they can challenge him at the rim. But let's give credit where credit is due. The entire Cavs defense is exceptional. Dean Wade, Isaac Okoro, Caris LeVert, and Sam Merrill have all had their moments defensively. But if you think for just a second that you're safe once you get by your initial defender, then you're gravely mistaken. Allen is quick enough to react to even the slightest play, and here he rotates over to block Lonnie Walker's reverse layup at the rim. Bill Russell is widely regarded as the greatest defender ever, and he was really the first one to really use his offhand to deflect laydown passes. Here, Jarrett Allen deflects Jaylen Brown's laydown pass with his offhand. And if it wasn't obvious already, Jarrett Allen is one of the best shot blockers in the game. I've already mentioned that his teammate Evan Mobley ranks near the top of the league in almost all defensive metrics as well. He ranks 6th in defensive EPM, and he's also near the top of the league in defensive LeBron, which measures impact per 100 possessions. Having two 7-footers in the lineup that can wreak havoc and switch with ease makes the Cavs one of the most dangerous and difficult teams to score on. With Mitchell having his best defensive season, and guys like Isaac Okoro, Dean Wade, and Caris LeVert having good defensive seasons, this team has the potential to be one of the best defensive teams we've seen in recent history. The bigger question for them is whether their offense will be sustainable in the playoffs. Okoro, Allen, and Mobley are not known as three-point shooters and can't space the floor. Granted, Isaac Okoro is shooting better this season, I still think teams are going to try and test him beyond the arc this season. And we saw last year in the playoffs against New York, the Knicks were more than willing to collapse on Donovan Mitchell's drives and let Evan Mobley and Isaac Okoro beat them from 3. The Cavs responded this offseason by picking up guys like Max Strus and George Niang that can hopefully add some added floor spacing. And of course, Sam Merrill, who might be the most dangerous three-point shooter on the team, is shooting 44% from 3 on almost 6 attempts a game. That is going to be huge for Cleveland if they look to make it far in the playoffs this year. Also, JB Bickerstaff, the head coach, has done a great job staggering minutes. If you notice, since Evan Mobley and Darius Garland have come back, the Cavs like to stagger Mitchell and Allen together, as well as Garland and Mobley together with bench lineups. Obviously, they'll all play together when they're starting, but if you really notice, Donovan Mitchell and Jarrett Allen almost never start the second quarter together or the fourth quarter together. This gives Darius Garland and Evan Mobley the chance to work their magic together on the court. And then the subs come in, and it's Donovan Mitchell and Jarrett Allen's turn to work their magic. I think Mobley and Allen are so dangerous together that you almost have to put them on the floor together at some point, especially in a playoff setting. But make no mistake about it, the Cleveland Cavaliers have absolutely found something special this year with the way that they've been playing, and it wouldn't shock me one bit if we saw them in the NBA Finals this season. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you've made it to the end, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what type of videos you want to see next. Of course, I do post threads on my Twitter as well. It'll be linked in the description box below. Make sure you give me a follow and you'll stay more up to date with content that I post. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.